Hey all, it's me coming at a weird angle with the cat right here. This cat. We're chilling. It's Friday. Hopefully you've all had a good, New Year's and Christmas. Hopefully you've seen the video that me and Callum have been working on for the last, year trying to get this together. If you haven't seen it, there's our wargaming school for wargaming. So if you have anybody who wants to get into wargaming, or maybe you've just heard of the name but you haven't actually seen the models or know how to start, or you live in a small town where you don't have like a game stores everywhere like we do, highly recommend checking it out. It is a great stop video for you to get the words that you need to know going into the hobby, what to expect, how to find deals, all that stuff that you might need to know getting into it. Anyways, that's not the main reason why I'm doing this video, why I'm laying here all casual-like on the bed with the little creature as people stomp on the floor upstairs. Just kind of chilling this week and, taking it easy and just thinking about things, watching YouTube videos, and I come to a conclusion that the algorithm kind of has a thing going on. It's got a video in this month's algorithm actually seems to be talking a lot about people's piles of shame, and guardsmen piles of shame, and why are people quitting games? That got me thinking about that stuff too. And I tried to do this video before, and I kind of lost the plot, as one might say. I really didn't know what I was trying to say and how to say it. I think I got a little bit down this time, but I'm not too sure. So excuse my rambling if I can't quite get this, but there is a plot which I'll just say is trying new games, getting out of Warhammer, playing editions the way you want to play is still a valid option. You're valid if you liked match points, like if you liked PowerPoints in 8th edition, you like playing 7th still, or maybe you left to play a different game because you don't think Games Workshop is for you anymore. That is all valid still, and playing with 3D printing is the way of the future in model game, like at least in the sense of model wargaming, where you're playing with a bunch of troops and you're playing games like a lot of games are going in the more OPR route, one-page rules. 3D printing is becoming the way to game nowadays, and that is what I kind of wanted to talk about in this video. I have points here, right here. There's probably going to be some footage playing here too as I talk, because you want to smell it? The reason why I got to this point was I ordered a present for some of the guys in my D&D group who are getting into Conquest with me. And Conquest is one of those games where it's a very, very niche game, has a very unique model scale. Unlike, average ones like One Page Rule or Games Workshop, the models in those games are 32mm heroic scale. The Conquest miniatures are a 38mm heroic scale. So trying to find models to proxy into it without having to do a lot of basing to make the base taller is quite a leap in itself. So finding somebody who is good at, taking custom measurements and matching it to a war game is kind of hard to do. And I did find somebody who is willing to do it and has done pretty well. If you haven't seen him before in my videos where I talked about my Twitter, where I showed off my city-states army with the Minotaur lady. I'll have his links below, or a picture of his icon up here. But laying here with the cat, I know this kind of doesn't look good, but it's the weekend. I don't care. I want to just talk about this. So, more casual video. People leaving. So it seems like the first topic is people leaving 40K and, hating Games Workshop, Warhammer. And I couldn't understand. There's many reasons. I know the biggest reasons that I've seen it is because of, just the quality of the games. Games Workshop moving everything to be made in China and then charging more pricing increases, switching to cheaper alternatives, adding more, price increases, how they treat their fans, blatant lying and gaslighting, putting certain views into the game that, you're a plastic toy company You don't need those views and stuff like that. There's all the stuff that's happened in the last few years on both sides of being a person who sold Warhammer as a business and somebody who's played has definitely made me lose interest from it. And I can see why people dislike it and have moved on to it. And if you want to get into the rules side of things, the complexity of the model, like the rule sets, and how my Sisters of Battle Codex had like freaking 20 pages of rules before you got to the miniatures themselves. So, yeah, that's a major reason why I got out of it. Age of Sigmar was a little bit better, but then it went that way. Seems like when one edition makes a move to a new way of playing, the next game setting does the exact same thing, but slightly different. So that's why I really like Conquest now and Bolt Action. So there's that. Which then leads into the thought I just said about how the old way of wargaming is lost to this generation. Nowadays, especially nowadays, a lot of it is you see these people who are, who are tourists that are becoming new players. You got guys like Bricky, who a lot of people credit to getting them into the hobby. And then there was a hot minute where VTubers were getting into it and building models and stuff. And then you have people who really do like Warhammer. They love Games Workshop. They have been playing for years. They have models and stuff. And do have a decent YouTube page, like, somebody like, not exactly like, not this person, not like Squidmar, but people who have channels like that, who are that quality or are about to get to that quality of production, yet, what's his name? Chaos Lizard, or Greek Lizard, God Lizard. He's a dude who used to work at Games Workshop for a while and left. He's really good. I like him. He's not huge like others are, but he'd be worth getting Games Workshop product in the review because he likes Games Workshop, but he tried talking to or some dude like him, tried talking to their corporate guys, and they're like, hey, can I get on the mailing list for stuff? I have all these things. And they're like, we don't do that anymore. Yet some VTuber girl who, like some Bishojo sort of VTuber, started doing minis like a month and instantly got on the list to get free stuff. So they're trying to push these games to be more, like an e-sport or more match play, trying to be more of a media output, trying to find ways to advertise them. They used to be of narrative play, and your armies weren't fully balanced, but they all kind of came out at the same time, and playing with your stuff. They actively promoted building your own models in terrain, and a lot of these newer companies are doing that, and they're doing really well from themselves. So it's just kind of a shame to see Games Workshop kind of go that direction with that plot, with that thought in mind. Which, with all that stuff and that selling out and stuff like that, talking about it, leads me into my final thought in this video and leading into what I'm talking about here. I have some footage of it, so I'll get into that. But anyways, which makes me think about, if you don't really like the company in gaming, it's not the company. And this was a lot of what YouTubers are saying, non-VTuber YouTubers are saying, is the hobby has become this thing where it's basically a name brand. The Warhammer is the Apple of wargaming. It has basically, by osmosis or proxy, whatever, proximity, has made itself the game. Like how D&D is the Kleenex of role-playing games. When you say RPGs, tabletop RPGs, everyone thinks D&D. When you say wargaming, everyone thinks Warhammer. So, because of this, it's caused this whole thing. A lot of people don't want to get it. All these little game companies that are way more affordable and may be a lot more fun to you is just, kind of out to the side. And with that, you taking the hobby back, getting the word hobby, the wargaming hobby, miniatures hobby, away from Warhammer, is a thing that needs to be worked on. I think a lot of those people who really love other games, keep doing your work. Keep trying to push it, show it off. Show people a fun time with those games and why you love it. Word of mouth is the best sales pitch. And it is okay to play with proxies and stuff. That was a part in these conversations that a lot of these YouTubers had was, well, if Warhammer's not the hobby, and it's so expensive to get into, what do I do? You play other games and use other models. You can do full proxies, which are like your 3D prints and models that can be easily be like, yeah, this is a fire warrior. It's like, okay, that's a Tau guy with a rifle, but it's like maybe as a colonial space marine that's painted slightly different. The colonial marine from Aliens. Or you can have semi-proxies where it's, like taking half an official kit and using other pits, or, straight up buying online. Warhammer Games Workshop has become the game where people get into it and buy like a first-hand official box set sealed, and then the rest of the time they buy it online. eBay and used models, Facebook Marketplace, all that is now how people buy Warhammer, and game stores and stuff are either having people coming in to buy other games, or they're having people buy stuff to sell or split. Yeah, so that's kind of the thoughts I had here. Games Workshop, wargaming has kind of lost its way, and getting into and looking at my old stuff, trying to sell things to save up money for future things that might be happening, dealing with this little one here, and trying to just, get gifts for friends and things, got me really thinking, what do I want to get out of wargaming? What, this hobby, this channel that I'm doing, what's really the purpose of it? Why am I doing it? Is it because these models here in my case, or is it for my friends and stuff? And I just think it was time for me to take back my hobby. I play with my friends in games that we like. We don't play the new editions. We play with models that we custom make, buy slowly at a time, following that first rule of don't buy more than you can paint. Using proxies and stuff. Oh, bye, cat. The cat's leaving. Say goodbye to... Oh, no, she's just sitting down. But like... Oh. But like... Playing with that sort of stuff, finding your game, the whole D&D thing, you don't have to use all the material. But yeah. So the thing that led me into this gift that I am working on, which you're about to see if you haven't seen already, some B-roll. But got 1 day left. I got tonight to finish this as of this recording, so I'll post it once I'm done so it's not spoiled. Oh, excuse you, baby girl. She's been sneezing all night. But yeah, what is your guys' thoughts on this? I'm gonna hope, I don't know if you guys would like this rambling sort of video, but what is your, and I'm probably still oily from work, but frickin' whatever. So what's your guys' takes on this? Have you guys been seeing these videos online of people talking about Games Workshop? What's your view on VTubers and other Twitch streamers that that have no, like in any other circumstances, would not have ever touched games like Warhammer or Wargaming in general if it wasn't for, them having a friend that like Bricky who's moved their way into their circles, or if Games Workshop came up to them and be like, hey, can you do this? And that's whole VTubers moving into other VTuber spaces and just being popular and getting passed around like a bicycle is a whole other topic I would like to get into. So if that's something you want to see, let me know down below. But anyways, what's your guys' thoughts on this? Am I just rambling? Am I a madman? Help us, save us? Or do the other YouTubers have a good idea and thought and conversation piece about the current state of wargaming and moving to proxies and 3D printings and taking the hobby back? But yeah, I'm gonna go finish these models If you guys want to see me paint stuff and ramble and stuff and game and read books and work on other cool little projects I like, please check out my Twitch. It is in the YouTube banner on my home page. So go to my YouTube page. It'll be in the top right banner there, or there, depending on how this video flips in the editor software. And yeah, if not, keep an eye out. I'll have more videos. I will be doing an American review once the book comes out. I'll have the Plastic Lee Grant, the Army book, plus the Winter American box coming in. I'll have my Armies showcase for the year coming out here soon for my Conquest, and my American Army, update armies for the British and the Americans. But with that, the cat's left. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna go. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.